Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, Fragrance Fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification. And I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews. $40-ish and $100 range. Most of these, way less than that. A good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. Got one for you here today that I've been seeing pop up in my rack stores a lot lately. A few of you have said some positive things about this thing. And actually got the box for it right here. I'm talking about Curve Forest Woods. $14.99 at my local Marshalls. So, standard curve looking bottle. No atomizer lid, you know, that's just how these curves are. And the atomizer itself, standard decent curve atomizer. So, what do I think about this fragrance? It's very green, a little bit sharp, almost fresh spiciness, but not really too fresh spicy, just kind of sharp. There's like citruses, green leaves, and woods right up at the top. And there's like cedar in there. There's a good amount of cedar. And like I said in my YouTube short, kind of reminiscent to if you've ever smelled that Febreze. It's like a limited edition, Christmas edition Febreze or pine Christmas tree smelling thing. It has some of that going on in here. That's what you get in the opening. In the dry down, it starts to morph a lot on my skin chemistry. It really does. The opening, I like the opening. I enjoy the opening. The dry down, on me, it's just not all that good. That's just on me. I try to give you guys honest reviews. My opinion. Scents are subjective, they are not objective, right? So my opinion might be completely different than others, and I know that it is already right off the rip. And I'm here to tell you guys what I personally think about this thing without being influenced by anything else. And if it stayed with the opening that I get, it's nice. It's a nice fragrance. 15 to 20 minutes into this thing, it doesn't vibe that good with my skin chemistry. It kind of starts going sour, a little bit funky and sour. And it really put it into perspective. When I put another fragrance that I found that I really, really enjoy, I had one squirt on my hand. And I kept smelling this because I was wearing this one. I was doing like one of my several full wearings with this, and at the end of the day I sprayed this other fragrance, and I'm like, man, this thing smells good on my hand. And I kept getting bombarded with this thing, and it was almost like a relief when I would smell the other fragrance because this one just was not meshing with my skin chemistry. Like I said, it started turning sour and kind of funky on me, but that's just me. It wasn't awful. It wasn't really bad. It just wasn't. It wasn't good. I'll just say that. It wasn't that decent 5 out of 10 kind of a fragrance. Got kind of the dry down a little bit on my hand. It hasn't gotten to that ultimate funky stage yet, or the climax, the funky sourness, but it's getting there. It starts turning on my skin. I don't know what it is. It probably won't do that for everybody, but it does just on me. So, seasons to wear this. If this is your kind of fragrance, this is more of a, I'd say that would work in the cooler days of spring, a little bit of fall. It's not necessarily like a winter fragrance. It is a little bit sweet at first, kind of like English Laundry's Crown or something. It's kind of got that type of a sweet thing, but not nearly as sweet, but it has like that going on a little bit. So it's not going to work good in the high heat. It's not loud enough for the super cold, but it'll work in like, you know, the early days of spring and stuff like that. And with the pine, with that little bit of a pine and citrus thing, it has a touch of freshness going on if this is your cup of tea. I would say age range, this is more youthful than it is mature because of the sweetness to it. Longevity is right at the average mark. I'm getting, you know, it wasn't no kind of beast, but it wasn't super bad. It was right at 5 hours, which is normal for these curb fragrances. They're typically safe blind buys, but so far I would say that this is my least favorite out of all of them, just because of that dry down. And to me, the dry down is more important than the opening, and fragrances sell by the opening. That's why I always say, spray it on your skin, walk around 15, 20 minutes, maybe even the next day, make your decision, because some fragrances morph a whole lot, and on me, that's what this one was doing. Overall rating, I'll give it a 4 out of 10. Which isn't like god awful. I've got fragrances that I like less. So it's not like terrible. It's just not good on me. as far as the dry down. The opening is good. It's like a 6 out of 10 on the opening. I really enjoyed the opening. I was like, man, I got high hopes for this thing. But the dry down just doesn't do it that well for me. And like I said, I'm just trying to give you guys honest reviews. If this is your guys' cup of tea, ooh, almost lost it. I don't dislike it that much. Then more power to you, you know? Some of you guys saying that you're getting compliments, and I can see that. Every fragrance pretty much has the capability of pulling in compliments, because there's a fragrance for everyone, you know? You walk by enough people and you wear something that's super controversial like Black Iris or Jeffrey Bean Gray Flannel, somebody's probably going to notice you and like it eventually, right? And I guess that's the case with this one, but on me, I don't see myself reaching for it very much. It's $15, so it's not like I'm out a whole lot or anything like that. But if you trust my judgment, then I would say, you know, just pass on this thing unless you have the ability to smell it, wear it, check it out, that kind of thing. I know I'm going to get fired for this by some of you guys, but yeah, that's my final thoughts on Curve's Forest Woods. With that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always, and until next time.